There be witches a brewing in there. Hey, welcome back to Brain Muffin at the Movies. No, Brain Muffin's Beer Reviews. And here we have a very simply named ale. Pumpkin. Ale with spices. Doesn't even say brewed, with spices. This is the Foothills Brewing in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I noticed it's about 2.5 hours from here. Traditional spices and caramel malts brewed with real pumpkin may make this crisp, dry ale a fall favorite. It just might give Mom's Pumpkin Pie some serious competition. 5.7% alcohol-y. There's what I was trying to read real good like, but up here in the mountains we can't read none. And most of the mountain peak folk are over in North Carolina. There's hardly any mountains in Tennessee. And if you live around here, you know that. By the time you get to the third ridge, you're out of the mountains in Tennessee. But on the other side, you got like 7, 8 ridges before you get out into the foothills. And that's sort of how they speak around here. If you go again that, you know what's going on. All I know is I can understand them. I just can't speak exactly like them. So here we have, like I said, so with spices, I just realized the tap on the pumpkin. That's pretty funny. All right, let's see where we're going here. That's more like Oklahoma or something. I don't know. Woo! It does have some spiciness to it. Nice and clear. Kind of feels like bright tank carbonation here. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of disappointed when they use a bright tank, but I understand. Yeah, there is like, if you were to take the spices of a pumpkin pie that you put in it, and I have reviewed pumpkin beers off and on for several years. I've never made a stupid pie, so I don't know what goes in it. I just know that my mother, is it Libby's? I think it's the Libby's can, the recipe's on the can, and then my wife makes it from the same recipe when she does it. So you'd think I would know, but I ain't got no clue. It's my grandfather's favorite pumpkin pie, and it's just the recipe on the can. So anyway, wow, mouthfeel wise, that is really thin. I won't say weak sauce because they, if they're going for a thin mouthfeel, I don't know. It's quite watery, my wife would say. Now I understand this is a shaker glass, and you should never pour a beer into a shaker glass. And someone actually left a comment on one of my videos a while back saying that, even though I said it in the video, and I get it. And that's part of my problem. I don't have enough glasses anymore. I lost some in the move, and I don't know where some other stuff is. And post-move, I lost some. Look, shaker glasses are good for having liquor in on the rocks, and that is in maybe water or something. But anything fizzy should never ever be in one of these glasses. I know it says Oscar Blues Brewing on here. I get it, but it's everything is wrong about this glass. It's too thick. It's the wrong shape. That's pretty much it. All right, so I'm trying to decide if I like this or not. There is a lingering spice. I think it's nutmeg. That is very pronounced. You get it on the nose, and it stays in the mouth, and it stays in the nose. It just stays there, just hanging out. And I want to say it's nutmeg. And really, I don't know if there's a better fall spice than nutmeg. It's very interesting. I feel like if I had a better glass, it would be a little bit more enjoyable. But I'm trying to imagine if this is a beer to go by itself or with something. And it really feels, as goofy as it's going to sound, it's going to feel like it needs to be paired with a piece of pumpkin pie. And maybe a la mode, maybe with some vanilla ice cream on it, maybe with whipped cream. I don't know. but it doesn't feel like the beer you're going to have with a meal. I mean, it's not good enough. It's not, the mouth feels too thin to be something just to have by itself. I mean, you could, right? You pour the beer, sit by a fire, chat with your friends, maybe have some cheese, but it doesn't feel like it really wants to be in that environment. It really feels like, okay, we're going to pumpkin the night away. We're going to get a piece. It depends too on the pumpkin pie if it has as much nutmeg or it's not. I could see, instead of that, I could see pumpkin bread warm with, melted butter on it. I could see that too. But it's just one of these, you're just going to go back and forth. They're just going to complement each other. You're going to have a night of pumpkin, and that's it. Kind of a nightcap with sweets, if you will. I say that too because there's just enough. You get a little bit of malty sweetness, a little bit of spice, and there's just a hint of bitterness. It's very late. So it's one of those things that this is going to feel a little bit more bitter than it really is if you're eating something sweet. The sweetness is going to intensify after this because you'll get a little bit of bitterness in your mouth. Your brain will remember that. Then you take a bite of the pumpkin pie or the pumpkin cake or whatever the pumpkin-y thing you're eating with this, and it's going to feel a little bit sweeter. It's going to be a little more bitter, a little bit sweeter, and then you're done. And that's why I actually like the idea of pumpkin bread with butter on it. Kind of mellow out the playing field there a little bit. But no, this is a good beer. This is like 4 1/4 out of 5 for me. It's not great. I like the take on the beer. The pumpkin beer. Some of them go over the top. One of my favorites is a bit over the top with the bourbon pumpkin ale, but it's not. It's like it's the pumpkin is there, but they're concentrating more on the spices that go with that to complement it in that pumpkin pie type setting. And and I know last year my daughter and I reviewed. I think it was last year. Maybe it's been 2 years actually now. The one from Taft Ale House, that was the Shoney's pumpkin pie. That one was really like a pie. I mean, it was really, and I think I think my parents even had ice cream. Yeah, I think this was it 2 years ago? I don't remember now. But I put some ice cream in it, and I don't remember if I recorded that. But that one was excellent with vanilla bean ice cream in it, like as a float. Because it was like a pie in a can. And this is not quite. This is a complement to a pie or a pumpkin bread. I don't know if I would do pumpkin candy or the potato candy with pumpkin. That seems a little too sweet, too intense. Maybe. But I think I like the idea of pumpkin bread or a mild pumpkin pie. I don't know what else you would do with that, but there you go. So 4 1/4 for me out of 5 for this seasonal beer. I look forward to getting more Foothills stuff now that I know where some are. And I believe Harris Teeter, if I remember correctly, I think it's Foothills. I know they have one for Appalachian Mountain Brewery. They have a mix pack. And I thought they had one for Foothills too. I'm not positive. They were cans, which is really encouraging. I like the mix pack. I like the one where they get 4 varieties of 3 cans each. That's my favorite style of mix pack. As far as, some do 6 and 2. I want to say the mix pack from Shorts that I used to get years ago, and I haven't seen it in many, many years. Their Hoppy Christmas variety pack. I want to say it was 2. I think it was it a 12 pack or was it 18? It was, and they were all big and they were great. And then they switched to cans and I didn't like it as much, but the bottles I loved. But it's been years and I would love to get another one of those. And Shorts, I follow them I see their posts. Is it Facebook, I think? And I miss their beers. I love their irreverent attitude with the hoppiness and the guy with the mustache and all that. It's crazy. So anyway, 4 1/4 for me. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for putting up with me for 9 minutes, and we'll see you. Goodbye.